Hi.
Hi, Felicia. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. आज हाम्रो इन्टरनेट के भइरहेछ त्यही भएर
ए ठिक छ मेरो ल्यापटपबाट weird आवाज आइरहेछ it's kind of buzzing अहिले कि ब्याकग्राउन्डमा केही नोइज छ
केही छैन
ए okay all right thank you so much for doing this first of all and I know it's pretty
So,
late thank you so much I know this podcast is going to be super emotional and before we dive into the topic I first want you to introduce yourself to everyone because that's what we usually do so just briefly if you want to introduce yourself.
sure. I'm Smriti Sapkota. Plus two पछाडि plus two I studied together with Felicia St. Xaviersमा अनि त्यस पछाडि came to the US अनि just finished my bachelor's in nursing. And yeah, and I'm just waiting to start my job.
That's amazing. Congratulations on your graduation. I saw your pictures. Yeah, it's a great feeling and congratulations again. So Azuka topic say is going to be about the recent incident, I know, but a recent के भन्ने अब incident incident that didn't happen recently, but the survivor came out just a couple of days ago. I think it's been less than 48 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And we're just here to discuss that and share what we feel and provide our insights. And thank you, Smriti, for reaching out to me. So I basically, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I just put up a post if anybody's interested to do a podcast. And Smriti and I happen to, actually we had this plan early on to do a podcast, but I think this is the best time we could come together to talk about this. I know. Before we move on and start talking, I'm sorry, my cat is just ignore her. Before we even start this, just a trigger warning for everyone who's listening. This might be a little sensitive, it might be triggering to you, so just watch this or listen to this at your own risk. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but just be careful about watching this if it in fact would trigger you. So I don't even know how to start this as with you. Usually I have like my notes to ask the person, but I just feel I'm just so overwhelmed right now. I think the first question that I would like to ask you is, how do you feel about all this and me? What's on your mind right now, basically, regarding this incident?
This is so sad. Like, I was like, oh my God, that happened. And just the fact that she said that it's been going on for so long. And even in not just the modeling pageant or whatever, it's like afterwards in her IT department, in her IT field, and then with her boyfriends and things, people asking her to do things in public and nobody said
Yeah,
anything. I'm
sorry
like,
about that. Sorry about that. Go on.
like you. But yeah, I'm like, how can nobody interfere when things like that happens in public? How can nobody say like, oh my God, this is not right? Or how could like nobody step up
Right,
when the real physical abuse was happening in public as well? So
right.
I have a mixture of emotions. I don't know how to feel because just like you, I was also a Miss Nepal enthusiast at some point. I really wanted to be wanted to participate in Miss Nepal because I was like, oh my God, I didn't even like need to when just participating was big deal for me. So I, being somebody who went to beauty pageant myself and was in the modeling industry for a little bit, it was very triggering as well.
It was so not trying to take this not try to like digress from the actual topic, but as you just mentioned, I have also like it was basically my dream to go in Miss Nepal for the longest time during my teenage years. And I also participated in a beauty pageant when I was 12 or 13, so it was a kids beauty pageant, I know. I necessarily didn't feel this the vibe like, oh, they're exploiting us or whatever. I think the organizers were pretty decent and all that. I do think there was some sort of corruption and favoritism and nepotism, but that's a whole different issue altogether. That's going to be a whole different episode about just how shady beauty pageants are. It just made me like realize, oh my god, I was also in that position like a few years ago, and what if that was me just in and I think that's just one story. There's just so many women who must have gone through something similar or you know um must have gone through many unfortunate experiences. Um, I also wanted to ask you about this. What do you think about the kind of oh my god, my cat. What do you think about the kind of uh, backlash that Malvika Subba is getting? Like, are you for that? Do you think it's okay? I see a lot of people who are like, I mean, like, leave her alone. I mean, you should not focus on that. I disagree. You know, what do you think about that?
I think to some extent we should hold her accountable because
I
she
think
she could have done so much. Come on, she was a Miss Nepal. She was already so far ahead in her career of like media industry and all that stuff. And I really think she should have done something, and now we should hold her accountable. And I feel like we have held her accountable. I feel like she is like, oh my God, I messed up. But now if we keep on just taunting her and taunting her, I'm not trying to say that, oh my God, like she's just a nice person, blah, blah, blah. I really despise what she did or what she did not do at that point when she could do something. But I really think that right now we like just everyone attacking Malvika Subban and be like, oh my God, you did all this wrong now. What can we do? I feel like what are we gaining from that? I think we could use that voice more to address that concern better than just taunting her, because I think we everybody wanted to kind of know what Malvika thinks. We wanted to like get her voice, wanted to get her opinion. And I think we got it from her Instagram post or whatever.
right.
And then I think if we just keep doing that, उसलाई मात्रै गरिराख्यो भने चाहिँ यता मेन रिजनबाट हामी भड्किरहेको जस्तो लागिरहेको छ मलाई. And it's entirely my opinion. You could like totally say no, we should hold her accountable. And we
I
have held her accountable.
yeah yeah
तर जति यो धेरै भोइस मोबिलाइज भइरहेको छ, यो चाहिँ हामीले उसलाई त अब यतिसम्म गरिसकेपछि everybody knows Malvika could do something and she didn't do. She knows it. Her colleagues know it. Her fellow Miss Nepals know it. And they have stepped up as well. So maybe now अब चाहिँ हामीले probably like के गर्दा हेल्प हुन्छ सुस्मितालाई एक्ज्याक्ट हेल्प चाहिँ के गर्दा हुन्छ भनेर त्यता जाँदा ठिक होला कि जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
Mm, I agree to some extent what you're saying, I know that I think it's very well deserved whatever she is getting. And I'm not saying put 100% of the anger towards her, like direct all the anger towards her. I'm not saying that, but I was just imagining that child a 16-year-old child, 16-year-old girl, just she confide in this idol of hers, and at that time probably when I say the few points that I have is A, she is a very, very influential person. B, she was involved in that pageant one way or the other. The pictures have come out, and the last thing I want to mention is she not only I'm not sure like exactly k exchange bio to like phone conversation but if I have to go by what the victim, not the victim, I mean, what the survivor, however, whatever Sushmita said, she actually put the blame on her instead. I know that's what happened. So I think that's just such a shame for someone to do that. And I read her apology and I don't know, it just made me more uncomfortable. I mean, her apologies. I just posted this on Instagram, and like all these celebrities, they're like, more power to you. I mean, like Unsani, like they're encouraging her in the comments, this I think it was a tweet that was like snipped and it was put on Instagram, and I just reshared it. And this person says just the amount of celebrities that are commenting on Malvika's post, and instead of commenting on Sushmita's post, who is the actual person who needs to get support, it just shows how effed up it is. So I mean, I've had this, like I had a few conversations with some of my friends on Instagram the other day, and I know like we should not like totally put all the anger in her, but she's someone who we like everyday TV maune personality hunta haina, like if you think like, oh, like Nepal ko sabse like women like represent गर्ने women ko barema sochne bhanyo like these are the person, like these are the people you think about, right? Shrinkhala and like Malvika and whosoever other, like these are the top two people I can think of, like in my head, अनि त्यस्तो मान्छेले नै when you find out that, I think people are shocked, people are shattered, their beliefs or the faith they had in her was just compromised one.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, like, it's gonna take her a long time to gain the credibility back, or she might not even gain the credibility back from a lot of people, you know. But
Yeah,
like, my thing is, yes, we have to hold her accountable, we have to do all this, but चाहिँ हामीले यसलाई मालविका versus सुस्मिता अथवा मालविका versus public बनाउनु भनेको चाहिँ I really feel like हामीले अलिक त्यो भोइस जुन चाहिँ हामीले राम्रो ठाउँमा युज गर्न सक्थ्यौँ अनि नराम्रो ठाउँ त्यो युजफुल नहुने ठाउँमा युज गरायो कि जस्तो लाग्यो किनभने
yeah,
ल अब यहाँभन्दा बढी चाहिँ वाट एल्स इज गना ह्यापन सबैजनाले ल मालविका यस्तो मालविका उस्तो भनेर भनिराख्यो कि वाट एल्स इज गना ह्यापन बिकज अहिलेसम्म सुन्नुपर्ने मान्छे सबैले सुनिसक्यो
right.
अहिलेसम्म सेलिब्रिटिजहरूले सुनिसक्यो मालविकाले सुनिसक्यो उसको फलोवर्सले सुनिसक्यो सबैले सुनिसक्यो अब यहाँभन्दा बढी चाहिँ हामीले अब चाहिँ मालविका मालविका भनेर चाहिँ गेन चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा हो कि मेरो I think my point is
I think some people want her to take actions, Bunny. Like if she really wants to apologize or redeem herself, if that's even like a justified word here, if she really wants to like mend things or make things right, then maybe she should do something. And I think I've seen that in like some comments where people want her to do like take some actions. And the person, the abuser, the rapist was somebody like her acquaintance, and in some way or the other she knew him. And like what bothers me a lot is if somebody told me I'm not like a saint myself, I might have done something wrong in the past, but if I was not standing by someone at say many years ago, and over the years, if I develop as a person, if I evolve as a person, and I realize that Sunny, the things I did in the past, I can probably make them better. And like the fact that she didn't even reach out to her, Sunny, like how can somebody just forget it? Like somebody told you over the phone. It's just I don't get it. Like how did this happen? Like if Sushmita hadn't come out, we would have never known, and we would have always believed that she's just the impetter or imperative, the word I just the epitome of women empowerment or women's strength or whatever you want to call it. It's just, and maybe she changed, maybe now she is doing great things for women. We don't know, but we would never even know what she did in the past had it not been for Sushmita, right? So that is my whole thing. But I totally agree with you, and I think the focus really needs to be on the abuser, on the rapist, and it's just like Exara Manchimatra, the photographer who supported that, who was equally responsible. And she also mentioned that that guy made her, just to stay hard, the guy made her do things with another guy, and like so many people being involved. And I don't think there is a way that other people didn't know about this, or like it's just I'm just speechless right now. What do you have to say about this?
I haven't said this thing to anybody until now. तर म अलिकति यो इन्सिडेन्टसँग क्लोज रिलेटेड चाहिँ कसरी भयो भने मैले यता अमेरिका आउने बेलामा साथ पढ्दाखेरि त्यो कन्सल्टेन्सीको मान्छेलाई मैले चिनेको थिएँ क्या कतैबाट अनि त्यहाँनिर मलाई चाहिँ ल एसएटीमा अलिकता के अरे उयो दिएर डिस्काउन्ट दिएर पढ्दा भइहाल्छ एसएटी भनेर म त्यही कन्सल्टेन्सीमा गएर मैले एसएटी पढेको I've met that person several times होइन अनि किनभने अफकोर्स म उसकै कन्सल्टेन्सीमा गएर पढेको एसएटी अनि तर अनि आई मेट द्याट पर्सन सेभरल टाइम्स एटलिस्ट मैले I could not be helpful किनभने मसँग चाहिँ I never had any negative encounter with that person. जहिले पनि किनभने म त एकदम प्रोफेसनल सेटिङमा मात्रै भेट्थेँ त्यही कन्सल्टेन्सी गयो एसएटी पढ्यो निस्क्यो अथवा कहिले डकुमेन्टेसनहरू हेल्प हुँदा के गर्दा जान्थेँ निस्किन्थेँ कहिले पनि एक्लै भेट भएन त्यसरी जहिले पनि कन्सल्टेन्सीको म्यामहरू सबैजना को भइरहन्थ्यो अनि त्यही भएर मैले चाहिँ I could not be any helpful because I never saw that part of that person.
Right.
अनि त्यसो भन्दैमा I cannot say that person is amazing यस्तो खतरा राम्रो मान्छेलाई यस्तो भन्नु हुँदैन थियो भनेर किनभने not everybody presents themselves as the same person to everybody.
Right.
And they have their different sides that they show to different people. So I could not be very helpful because even though I know that person, I didn't know that person in that way. And I never had any uncomfortable feeling like that because I was always in a professional setting.
Yeah.
So I was like, once I heard and once I saw the name and face of person, I was like, dang, wait a second. I was there. I was in that consultancy. paid some thousands of money, thousands of rupees for the SAT class or whatever. And then again, the other person, Vijay Shrestha, Vijay something.
I know, I don't know.
So
Who? The
he's this
photographer?
creepy. He's not a photographer. He has a modeling agency. I don't know if he still has
Oh,
it.
yeah, I saw that name
But
come up somewhere.
that
Yeah.
person, yes. So he reached out to me as well when I was doing modeling and stuff. He reached out to me. We're like, oh, like मेरो agency त मेरो एजेन्सीमा आऊ मैले कति मिस्टर प्लर्समा पनि काम गरेको छु यस्तो यस्तो गरेको छु म तिमीलाई के अरे राम्रो प्रोजेक्ट्सहरू गरिदिन्छु यताउता भनेर भन्यो तर थ्याङ्कफुली एकदमै थ्याङ्कफुली त्यतिखेर म अर्को एकजना मोडलिङ नट मोडलिङ एजेन्सी बट यस्तै इभेन्ट प्लानर दाइसँग कुराहरू भइरहेको हुन्थ्यो अनि उहाँलाई मैले सोधेको थिएँ क्या यो मान्छेले मलाई बोलाइरहेको छ के हो भन्दाखेरि तिमीलाई थाहा छैन त्यो मान्छेको बारेमा नजाऊ त्यहाँ भनेपछि आई वाज लाइक ओ ओके किन भन्दाखेरि अनि लाइक त्यो मान्छे ठिक छैन धेरै मान्छेले धेरै थोक भने जस्तो मान्छे बारेमा त्यो मान्छेको उयसमा त कि त जाँदै नजाऊ कि कसैलाई लिएर जाऊ भनेर भन्नुभयो त्यो मैले चिनेको अर्को मान्छेले अनि त्यसपछि मैले गइनँ त्यो विजय भन्ने मान्छेकोमा गइनँ मैले तर म त्यो मान्छेको मैले अनुहार देखेको छु मान्छे चिन्छु त्योसँग बोलेको छु पछि एउटा कतै पब्लिक सेटिङमा भेट हुँदाखेरि समथिङ कुन सेटिङमा चाहिँ बिर्सेँ मैले तर बोलेको चाहिँ छु म त्यो मान्छेसँग अनुहार पनि देखेको छु मैले तर ठ्याक्क त्यस पछाडि फेरि एकचोटि आएको थियो क्या विजय श्रेष्ठको बारेमा योभन्दा आजभन्दा 3-4 वर्ष कहिले अगाडि अनि उसँग पनि उसले पनि दुर्व्यवहार गरेको सुस्मिताले भनेर उसले भनेको छ नि त अनि
Right.
कस्तो म त कस्तो इन्ट्याङ्गल्ड भएर जस्तो लाग्यो क्या यो केसमा तर सो थ्याङ्कफुल लाइक आई डोन्ट नो कसरी आई डिडन्ट ह्याभ टु गो थ्रु अल द्याट सुस्मिता द्याट डिड विच इज ओ माई गॉड द्याट्स रियली ब्याड बट या अनि लाइक म त क्या इन्ट्याङ्गल्ड भइरहेको रहेछु अनि I didn't even tell this to anybody. I'm just telling it to you now. So, yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of how I am related.
But I think 3-4 वर्ष अगाडि, and I think it really shows how easy it is for men to get away with this shit. Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, school mouth up, and there was this teacher who used to who used to pass very vulgar comments and like touch people unnecessarily. And he was teacher of ours, like I was Nepali teacher for like years and years school man. And finally, I think I checked with like my friend whose mom is a teacher there, and she said that like some students girls they rebelled, and he was finally out. And he like just like so many people, and they just get away with this shit. And as you said, you met that person in professional setting, but I think these people are really smart. They know who's vulnerable. They know when to do what. Like that. Okay, whenever like I think Maile Nishma Gautam Sangarda pani yo we talked a little bit about rape, but our mentality of rape is like you're just like normal whatever is happening, and the guy just suddenly jumps at you and like you get raped. Like that's the image we have, or that's the understanding we have of rape or any kind of sexual assault for that matter. And I think that incident that she explained really speaks volumes of how that guy actually planned all this, spiking the drink, and he had a room arranged and all that. I'm pretty sure he's done this to a lot of women, and I just hope they're doing okay, and I just hope they get justice, and I just hope this guy is behind bars. And I don't know, I mean, I don't know much about law and politics and all that stuff, and all this 1 year samamate report company thing. I just hope there is a way I just hope there is a way around this. I just hope something happens. That guy needs to pay the price for what he's done.
Yeah, I really think so too. Because like, I think it's gonna keep repeating because that even that Vijay Shrestha भन्ने मान्छे मैले मोडलिङ गरेको त I think it's been like 5-6 years कति भयो त्यतिखेर पनि somebody was telling me he's not a good guy to not go meet him. होइन अनि त्यस पछाडि उसको त झन् मेरोभन्दा अलिकति अगाडिको इन्सिडेन्ट होला त्यस पछाडि पनि भइरहेको थियो अनि I think he still is running that modeling agency.
I don't get this. Like if a lot of people know, and if so many people know that you've heard this from many people that he's not a good guy, why was nothing done? Why didn't people stop going to his agency? Why didn't like people I don't understand this thing. Like if people collectively know that this guy is bad, then why didn't they like like quote like you don't have to like file case or like press charges on that person, but why are you supporting his business? Why are you supporting him to make money out of this? Like it's just bizarre to me. I think
I don't know how other businesses relate to him like कसले उसको सर्भिस कसले लिन्छ चाहिँ मलाई थाहा छैन हैन तर for like girls like me I think there still are so many naive girls, like even Mata Zabaबाट भर्खर काठमाडौँ आएको, like 11th twelfth पढ्नको लागि म काठमाडौँ आएको होइन. And probably there are some naive girls who came like to Kathmandu after SLC or something. अनि +2 गरिसकेपछिको टाइममा ए ल गरौँ भन्दाखेरि, if they did not, I had somebody to ask. That's how I was saved, I should say. किनभने you never know what would have happened if I went there. You know, and I had somebody whom I could ask and rely upon. And thankfully they knew the stuff and they were like, no, don't go. And I didn't go. But I
Yeah,
think there still are a lot of naive girls who don't know all these things, that they just want to be model,
yeah,
or like even like कुरा गर्दाखेरि पनि the way that he texted me, it was कस्तो राम्रोसँगले कुरा गरेको थियो. मैले तिम्रो पिक्चर्स देखेँ, मैले तिम्रो इभेन्टको भिडियोस पनि देखेको थिएँ, तिम्रो कस्तो राम्रोसँग बोलेको, कस्तो राम्रोसँग हिँडेको, यस्तो तिम्रो फेस यस्तो रहेछ, तिमीलाई यस्तो गर्दा सुहाउँदो रहेछ, लाइक यस्तो कन्भिन्सिङ कुरा गरेको, as if like he's gonna give me like this big brand ambassador role or something. And I was kind of convinced. I was like, oh, okay. And at that time when एउटा कुरा त I cannot say for everybody, but for me, when you go into modeling field, when you're just starting, you already are vulnerable. You already want people to hear you. You already want people to see you and notice you,
yeah,
because you are going to modeling field, right? You want to
yeah.
be somebody that people look upon and that people will be like, oh damn, yeah, you can do good. You know, I wanted that validation, because I guess that's how modeling field works when it's a start. You want validations, you want people to hear you and
Just
see
you,
you.
yeah.
And it's really easy for them to manipulate us in that way.
Yeah, and तिमीले भनेको कुरा ठ्याक्कै, I just like how Sushmita explained it, like she also explained how manipulative they were, अनि like कस्तो wordsबाट manipulation गर्ने, अनि I think they just have this art to manipulate people, and young girls fall for it. I mean, like at 15, 16, you know nothing. You think you know everything, but you actually know nothing, and you haven't seen the world, and it's yeah, and it's just. But I'm glad that you 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 didn't have to experience any of that. And, yeah, but, it's just still shocking to me that whoever Roshan Shrestha, you said, is that his name?
No, Vijay Shrestha, I think.
Vijay
or
Shrestha,
something.
yeah, Vijay Shrestha. Um, if so many people knew about him, like how come nothing was done, and how come they're
Yeah.
still running this organization? I don't know. I mean, what I say might sound very like the main conservative talk, you know, but when I was in grade 8, and I took part in this beauty pageant myself, and the person, the organizer, he was nice, and nothing that way, you know, he was nice, but I mean, he was making money. It was business for him, and I think my mom kind of gave me this hint, or she told me that it's just really cruel out there, and suddenly, like, she has heard like a lot of stories of women being exploited, and it's not a good industry. And she even said that I know this is very, very bad, you know, and I don't agree to that, and I think it should not be like that, but she even said that women in this industry are not looked at in a very good way. That's what she said. And maybe those are the things that she kind of talked me out of it, and I stopped. I don't think I went to a few other events, and I think I stopped it. I was a child. I was like 13, 12, 13 years old, so it was like a kids beauty pageant, and yeah, it's just, I mean, I understand where my mom is coming from, but why is it like, why is that responsibility on us, Kat? Like, why is the responsibility on us to do the right thing? You know, why is the responsibility on us? Like, why shouldn't the place where we go to work like be safe for us? Like, why, like, still that blame is being shifted, or still that responsibility is being shifted on women, okay, instead of men? And I think that's just how it is, and it's just really sad.
Yeah, I really wish this like modeling was a career in Nepal where you could like be like, I don't know, Kendall Jenner, or like whatever, the Victoria's Secret models or whatever, like the way that they make good money, that they have a good respect in the society, that they are one of the highest paying jobs in like America or international field, right?
Yeah.
But Nepal, I also think like a part of it is the people that go to shows like this, either it's beauty pageants or fashion show. That was one of the reasons why I was like, this is not for me. It's because you were like wearing these dresses, wearing these heels, this makeup, and there were these creepy business uncles
You.
who were in the audience. And normally the fashion show, whatever, it happens during the evening time, right? Like 7 to
Yeah.
9, 6
Yeah,
to 9,
the ramp
whatever.
shows. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then there are these people with alcohol, and they're like drinking, and they're this and that. And it was like, when I look back on myself, I was like, why did I even do that? Because it felt like I was doing it for those creepy alcoholic uncles who were just there
To
like
watch you
for their
walk
eyes
and
to watch people
smile.
walk and smile. Like it was not even like whatever brand endorsement. I don't know about this because most of the ठुलो big events are going. I went to like small scale events without that. And I was not even that free for too long, like 3-4 months that मात्र गरे होला मैले. But still like that was one of the reasons why I was like, no, this is not for me, because nobody cared about anything else except those creepy uncles who were there to look um upon these young girls, whatever. I think that's one of the reason why like नेपालमा still पनि ए मोडलिङ गर्ने भने यस्तो नराम्रो खत्तम यस्तो मात्रै कुरा आएको छ. I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, I think it's not the women, but the I don't understand how is okay. I know it's like modeling money, but you don't think of guys as much, you think of women, and I get. I mean, I there's so many things I want to talk here. So I think if you talk about beauty pageants and modeling, I really feel that there should be like distinction, like the way beauty pageants and modeling industries merged. I just don't understand it. And modeling industry, I mean, I don't know why the people in power are men. I still don't get it. And why are we glamming ourselves up for men? I still don't get it. I mean, I put this on my Instagram the other day, and this used to be like my, I remember maybe I was like 4 or 5 years old when I saw this, like, Miss Nepal on television. I was like, oh wow, I'd be like, oh, they get the crowd and they're like, and somebody as talkative as like me, I was like, oh, I like to talk. I mean, I totally can see myself being there on the stage, that I can totally do this. I can win this. Oh my God, okay, this is my plan. I'm gonna win this after like certain years. And that was my dream. But like what, like, I mean, they're just selling us empty dreams. Like what for? Like I'm saying, that's like, oh, so that's not even like a real goal. Like such a, I just can't believe that I actually wanted to be in that place, And I think it wasn't until like recent years that I I came to this realization that how unnecessary this is. And the beauty pageant, I just find it very hollow. Okay, very very hollow. Like
It's a business.
it's a business at the end of the day,
It's a
but
business.
it's just like you're telling women how to walk, how to talk, how to dress. And I'm very much for women getting their choice to wear whatever they want. But I also know for a fact that many women who want to be there, who actually want to make a change, and to get there, to have that reach, they have to win something. To win that, they really have to wear maybe a bikini that they don't want to wear. So I don't understand this. Like, why do I have to, I as a person have a right to choose what I wear? If I show my body, if I show my cleavage, whatever I want to do, I have whatever the right. But that really puts the power, how I regulate my body, on that entity. And I don't know, it actually puts that power on the entity, that, oh, I am wearing a bikini and I get to talk about God knows, like, oh, world hunger, like look, everything. I just don't know how that goes in any parallelly. Okay? It's just, and I can't believe I was buying all that shit all these years.
Not just even like that. Just look at them face wise, structure wise, like that. मान्छेको तिम्रो दाँत बिग्रेको छ दाँत बनाएर आऊ. I've
Exactly,
heard somebody say तिम्रो
exactly.
दाँत बनाएर आऊ भनेर भनेको क्या.
I
I'm like,
think it was Ishani Shrestha. I don't remember. I was watching this clip and I don't know, someone I followed on Instagram. You remember like 2 years, I think 2 3 years ago, like your instant math makeup kina nalako one question. I think yeah,
oh yeah.
I think that was the same panel of judges, and I think I forgot the ma'am ko naam, the main choreographer. So she asked her to take off the glasses. She was asking all these rubbish questions like, oh, why aren't you making makeup? Lenses kina nalako. And I think Ishani Shrestha was, can you smile? I was like, no, can you smile? Show me your teeth. I was like, cringe. This is cringe. And I don't know. And that's above. I can't speak for like whole beauty pageant overall. But I think in Nepal it just needs to either stop, or like they need to reform it big time.
We need to like have a regulation on who can do beauty pageant and how much money they can get from the participants, because you have to like pay the certain training fee or whatever.
Yeah, I think my mom spent like 30,000-40,000 like rupees. They were a pageant man. I can say this,
Oh
that,
my
and
God, like
yeah.
so all that stuff. So I think like there needs to be a regulation, because अहिले त तिमी र मैले सुरु गर्दै भने we can start a beauty pageant के
Exactly. यति धेरै beauty pageants हैन, and I'm like so many, like Miss यो भनेछ, Miss त्यो भनेछ, Miss Teen पनि 4-5 वटा छ, like I don't get it, and they're just making
And
money off of it.
yeah, and I feel so bad for the participants because I was one of them. You know, I
Yeah,
was one of them wanting to के हुन्छ त जितेर मलाई के पनि थाहा छैन, विने पनि के हैन. But I
yeah,
so wanted to win that. I so wanted to be whatever.
yeah.
Like, what's the point? So I really think we should like do something about it. Like, hopefully there will be like some organizations stepping up to do it because
And it's really scary के किनभने त्यति बेला त अब लाइक ओ यो त अब ग्रुमिङको लागि त आफ्नो पर्सनालिटी डेभलप हुन्छ भनेर सोचे होइन, बट नाउ व्हेन आई थिंक ब्याक दिस आर लिटल चिल्ड्रेन, vulnerable children होइन, they're like just put into this, and it's now that I see मेरो even like school that I went to होइन, it's even encouraging children like every few months I see like someone winning some title and it's on their page okay, and like actually you're actually making them participate in this, you know, and it's just false hopes, wrong concepts, and like personal development concept, like teach them how to like send them to like oratory competitions, teach them how to like speak, how to debate and all that. That's personal development, right? I'm not that like teaching me how to smile is not a personality development. Teaching me how to walk is not a personality development. The walk thing, I might agree with modeling industry because I know it has like certain guidelines and blah blah blah. I'm not talking about that whole modeling industry anyway. But it's just like now that I think about it, it just bothers me so much. Like the Izuku incident, this I was like, I could like just recall myself walking and doing that training with these other, I think I was one of the, there were like 3 older like girls like 12, 13 years old, and I was one of them, and others were like really little 6, 7 years old, and I was like, what the hell huncha ni? I mean, the beauty pageant I took part in wasn't that vicious, but I was just thinking like so many kati केटीहरू, like even maybe boys, kati बच्चाहरू, they must have been exploited in some way or the other by these people, and the parents must be thinking, oh, my child is learning something, oh, my child is getting like getting their personality developed, so developed in some way, and
yeah,
it's just
I think the only personality development they teach is thank you for the question, ma'am. I think
yeah, it's just, and it's so mechanical, you know, it's so mechanical, like it's not even natural, it's just
yeah, no, it really is not.
yeah.
Yeah. But then again, like think of how easy it is. Only more athletic impact. So how easy it is to exploit those people who want to get into the beauty pageant industry. And a lot of people who get into beauty pageant is because they want to either go into modeling or they want to be Miss
An
Nepal
actress, yeah,
or
or
an actress in
yeah, get into media, like
one of those. Get
get in
into
front of the
media.
camera somewhere or the other, yeah,
They
yeah,
want to be seen, right? They want to be
yeah,
seen. And if somebody calls me and says like, तिमी कस्तो राम्रो रहेछौ, तिमी त कस्तो मिठो बोल्दो रहेछौ, तिम्रो त यस्तो के अरे पिक्चर्सहरू कस्तो राम्रो आउँदो रहेछ, तिम्रो त यस्तो भिडियोहरू कस्तो राम्रो आउँदो रहेछ, म यस्तो खतरा खतरा मिस नेपालबाट पनि काम गरिसकेको छु, म त एड गराउँछु, म यस्तो गराउँछु, मलाई भेट्न आऊ भन्दा को जाँदैन के.
yeah, you're getting attention, that's what you
Yeah,
always
you were
wanted,
getting
yeah,
attention. That's what you have been wanting. That's why you were like, oh my God, I wanted somebody to see me and hear me, and now somebody is doing that. So why not? जो पनि जान्छ के, like that's a human nature when you were trying to do something, right? It's
yeah,
like when you are looking for a job, somebody is calling to interview you. Of course you are gonna do it, kind of.
yeah,
So, but not everybody has that person or that mentor who is good enough to not actually groom you in that bad grooming sense, but groom you in a good sense where they can tell you what to do and what not to do, and whom to meet and whom not to meet, because it's a like गिद्धहरूको ठाउँ जस्तो. I feel bad saying that, but it is like
it
that.
is very much true, yeah, it's just scary. I really don't know what more to say. Do you have anything
Yeah,
else to add on this?
I really think like, oh, I think अर्को कुरा चाहिँ what I really wanted like I don't people to like hear us say is I think the girls need to know what sexual violence is so we can stand up for ourselves, because I did not know boss हिँड्दाखेरि मान्छेले छोको the sexual violence. I thought it happens to everybody. I thought it was
Really?
normal
Oh my god.
until a certain point. I was like, oh yeah, त्यही त कस्तो uncomfortable त हुन्छ तर जसले पनि गर्छ जसलाई पनि गर्छ
Wow.
साथीहरूलाई सोधे उसलाई पनि गरिरहेछ भनेको छ उसलाई सोधे उसलाई पनि अनकम्फर्टेबल भइरहेछ भनेको छ अनि कहिलेकाहीँ साथीहरूले भन्छ यस्तो के अरे हेयरपिन छ भने हेयरपिन निकालेर घोच्दै अथवा हिल लाग्छ भने हिलले टेकिँदै के भनेर हुन्छ
My
अनि यो
God.
त यसरी गर्नु पर्दो रहेछ हामीले I thought I was smart enough to know things. I thought I was outspoken, but until a certain time, I don't know like how long ago was that? Probably like until I was in 8th grade or so. Like I thought that was normal. I thought that was how it goes. अनि मान्छेलाई थाहा छैन क्या त्यो सेक्सुअल भाइलेन्स चाहिँ त्यस्तो गर्नु हुँदैन भनेर
This should
त्यस्तो
be really,
गर्दाखेरि लाइक हामीले त त्यहाँनिर झापडै हानेर हिँड्न सकिन्छ भन्ने पनि थाहा छैन के
of course. Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. I've said this a million times already. Like my mom taught me this, like maybe ever since I started speaking, maybe about. She used to literally tell me, "Hey," she used to tell me her childhood stories. And I remember she told me about this uncle she had who used to like touch on her breast all the time, and she used to literally share stories. She told me people will try to do that to you. And she was very, very protective of me. Like if you ask my teacher, school board up and even St. Xavier's mom, so name BDG, so you remember? I think when I went and like I think letter of recommendation in a and he was like Timmy you mom something like that. So like because you knew how protective my mom was, and I now I understand why. Okay? I literally understand now why. I was a rebellious kid, but I never rebelled against these things when she told me that not why. I really believed her, and I think this thing really needs to start at home. It really does. I'm so thankful to my mom, and she literally shared what happened to her. Ani, I can't tell you how regularly this happened, but my mom used to tell me like she used to take local bus to come home from work, and she literally used to tell me, "Okay, Aza, I saw this girl like being like Exanaketa was elbowing her, this and that," and my mom and my mom's friends used to literally save girls when they saw this on buses. Okay, what about the girls my mom and her friends didn't see? What about girls who were not seen, or what about girls who were seen by other people but they didn't do anything about it? So like as we speak, maybe somebody is like facing that in public vehicles. It's just so. And I know like my parents are भन्नुपर्छ स्कुलले नि सिकाउनु पर्ने कुरा हो होइन तर that's like so funny हुन्छ किनभने स्कुल बसेसमै हुन्छ यो होइन स्कुलको कन्डक्टर एन्ड ड्राइभर्सहरूले नै like expert गरेर हुन्छ. It's just so fucked up if I think about it. It's just
हाम्रो स्कुलमा त हामीले के एक्सपेक्ट गर्न सक्छौँ कि हेल्थ एन्ड एजुकेसनमा आई डोन्ट इफ यु रिमेम्बर द रिप्रोडक्टिभ पार्ट अलवेज द लास्ट पेजतिर हुन्थ्यो अनि लास्ट च्याप्टर चाहिँ आफै पढेर आऊ भनेर पठाउने ठाउँ हो हाम्रो स्कुलहरू दे
yeah,
नेभर
yeah.
रियली थट अस अबाउट अल दोज होइन
Yeah, and I don't even understand like sex. Like you're talking about reproductive health, you're talking about all these organs that I have that the guy sitting next to me has. But why not talk about what happens like the sexual violence like that? That's the main thing. The goal ni त्यो होइन like proper sex education दिने so you don't so you exercise your reproductive rights so you don't violate somebody else's reproductive rights or violate someone else in any way that can be. So it's just
yeah I think like we girls I'm not saying that we should know we should be able to protect ourselves but at least I think we should have the right to get an education that we can
yeah,
say no to things because
yeah,
a lot of times we
yeah.
don't know that we can say no
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right and then I think we should all know that it's not our fault किनभने किन गइस् त त्यसको कोठामा किन त्योसँग बोलिस् त किन त्यसकोमा त्यसले बोलाउँदैमा जानै पर्थ्यो र त्योसँग त
It's
मिल्नै
just
पर्थ्यो र
victim blaming. This is just
it's
so sick.
yeah that
Sick.
that really should stop
Yeah.
that really should stop
I'm glad you brought this up. I know Amro. I'm not gonna name her, but Amro St. Xavier's there was this ma'am. I'm pretty sure you know, and she used to tell people girls not wear eyeliner and wear certain kind of dresses because guys also go to the school and all that. And I mean, it just I never liked her anyways, but whatever. It's just I don't know. Whenever I think about these things, and there was literally one woman who was supposed to look over like girls, and she was like in kind of spreading this idea that you can't wear this and that, and it's just
yeah, it is. Yeah, but I really wish like everybody who has gone through these things that they could speak up. And I'm not saying like सबैजना मिडियामा यसरी आएर भन्नुपर्छ, but at least I hope that if they get the courage to at least tell their mom or somebody that they trust,
Yeah.
or even if they try to keep it within themselves because it's their thing, it's their survivor's thing, that if they want to keep it with themselves. But
Or
if
what they want
it's
to share.
hurting you, you want to share, you share. You want to keep it with yourself, keep it with yourself, because
Right.
nobody is there to force you. But if it's hurting you, please get help. If it's hurting you, please let somebody know that that's happening. And if something is actively happening, let somebody know so that they can help. And of course, now I'm like, will they help even if you let them know? Just like with
I
all
know.
these things
Yeah.
going on.
Just big talks.
So
Just like someone.
so
Yeah.
know somebody that you can trust. For example, like if I go and tell my mom something happened, I know she will do something. Or if I tell my sister who I really trust, maybe like she would help. So I
Yeah.
think we should, like, if anybody is going through this right now, please talk to your trusted people and just get
Mm-hmm.
help, because this is not right and it's not your fault. Because
Yeah. त्यो कुरामा पनि हैन, I'm not saying like all parents are like that, but I have heard of stories where you actually go talk to your parents and they hush you. They don't believe you. I think the former happens more often. Like they're like, "Oh, timre naam kharab huncha, let's just like let it go or whatever." huncha ni." I think it's just we really need to shift the focus on like how is somebody else committing a crime on me matter of my shame rather than theirs. I don't understand that. Like, I really don't get this. And I think we really need to change the narrative there.
well, again, that comes back to our society, because हाम्रो त केटा मान्छे हो गरिहाल्छ नि, that's what
Yeah,
our society says.
yeah,
तिमीले कभर अप गर्नु पर्थ्यो, तिमीले उसँग बोल्नु हुन्थेन, तिमीले साथी बनाउनु हुन्थेन, केटा मान्छेले कहाँ कन्ट्रोल गर्न सक्छ, तिमी पो हो त. That's what our society tells us.
yeah,
होइन? अनि
exactly.
त्यो narrative हामीले change गर्न सक्नुपर्छ. And I think अहिले चाहिँ we youth are trying to understand, trying to do things, but that does not mean that older people or people of older generations are not responsible for this.
They are very much responsible. They are. I have talked to some people and they're like, "Oh, let the old people be. It's okay." No, it's not okay. Like I know they have like maybe they have less years to live than us, but the years that they live they can still harm somebody else. They can still ruin lives. And त्यो नेपालमा कस्तो कन्सेप्ट छ भन्दाखेरि ठुलोले भनेको राइट हो, सानोले थाहा छैन. अनि they think that the elders are there to teach us, but the elders cannot learn anything from the younger people. Okay, like I don't understand this. Like I don't think that learning has to stop at any age. हुन्छ नि ओके अब मैले बच्चा पाएँ, अब म अडल्ट भएँ, अब चाहिँ लाइक मेरो लर्निङ चाहिँ सक्यो, अब मेरो जब चाहिँ बच्चालाई सिकाउने हो. It's just such a wrong thing. And I really hate this whole like
Yeah,
always.
I think when you said like older generation, oh, let it be, I think we can let them be if like हाम्रो हजुरआमा don't want to wear pants or shorts. We can let them be if our हजुरआमा don't want to eat
Yeah,
out. We
yeah,
can let them be
totally,
if they don't
totally.
want to eat meat. We can let them be if they, don't want to do things that doesn't affect somebody. But
Yeah,
if
yeah,
there's something that's affecting somebody, we cannot let them be, because
yeah,
they are
exactly.
actively affecting other people.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. You can't tell someone to be liberal or do something that kind of it's I think the opposite of what we stand, right? Because the very idea of treating people equally or letting people be is for them to have their own choices. But again, it comes to you are exercising your choice, you're exercising your rights, but is it affecting someone else? Yeah, I agree with you too. Yeah, but they need to be held accountable. And I get very outraged when you probably know I put like so many posts on Facebook about this, like just calling people out randomly whenever I like feel it. But they definitely need to be called out. And I have sent many messages. I have blocked so many of my relatives already. So I mean, I don't care. They don't matter to me. They haven't done anything to change or make my life better. They've just made it worse. So I mean, yeah, they better have it for me.
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree.
मलाई भर्खरै याद आएन, we're talking about this. The another incident that happened with her, Sushmita, with the company she was working for.
Mhm.
होइन? अनि मैले चाहिँ कस्तो सोचेँ भन्दाखेरि लाइक साथी थियो नि होइन त, इन अ वे त एउटै कम्पनीमा काम गर्ने साथी थियो नि. अनि आई थिङ्क फर मिनट आई वाज लाइक ओ वी फर्गेट दिस, लाइक हामीले टिभीमा लाइक मुभीमा हेर्दा चाहिँ एउटा भिलेन छ नि, भिलेन इज एक्सप्लोइटिङ or violating a woman, but like we forget that these people are normal people living among us, very they talk in a very normal way, they're doing the same things as we do, but like they just have this, they're just these people that I don't know. This was like that probably maybe that person was the same age as her. The first case, mata okay, that was much elder person. He had power. He had, I mean, no, he was in a position where he could exploit and get away. But that guy, I mean, he was probably her friend.
Yeah.
It's just
I think अनि अर्को एउटा कुरा चाहिँ when we like hear about rape and stuff मुभीहरूमा it's always त्यो कहाँको खतरा त्यो villain कहाँको खतरा गुन्डा आएर गरेको देख्छ नि त तर most of the cases I can't remember the exact percentage तर मैले एउटा क्लासको लागि पढेको थिएँ एउटा आर्टिकल like most of the cases where violence happens is from somebody that they know very well that friends relatives cousins brothers this that somebody that they know very well. It's not somebody who is coming out of nowhere and doing this to you. It's people that you know and you kind of sometimes trust them because you know them for a while. So I really think that another thing that we need to understand is अनि again मैले भने जस्तै होइन त्यो मान्छे त यस्तो राम्रो त कसरी त्यस्तो गर्यो होला that's what a lot of people say होइन यो मान्छे त राम्रो छ it's because you have not seen that part you don't present yourself same to everybody like I'm not the same person when I'm with my friends and my family right you show your different parts because you cannot be the same with your friends and your family to your partner and to your child you cannot be the same person so I think that's another thing that we need to understand is even if we think that person is an amazing person they can do things like that and then I'd say like we need to really listen to the survivors and see what they say and hear what they have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just so overwhelmed right now. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And when you just think about people and humans in general, okay, these people who have done these things, these criminals, like of any form, and they were all born as children, and like they were maybe these innocent children, and when I just think about it, it just speaks so much about the society that we live in. Okay, this society has made them the way they are. So I'm not trying to say they're not criminals, but it's just nobody's born a criminal. It's just I think I blame it for Nepal. I blame it on patriarchy. I blame it on the way guys are taught to be and the way women are treated. It's just so many things that add up to what happens to women every day.
Yeah, because I've never heard anybody tell their son to treat everybody well. केटीहरूलाई त के अरे कुर्ता लगाएको छ भने सल लगाएर हिँड के अरे क्लिभेज देखाएको छ भने छोपेर हिँड त्यो त जसले पनि भनिरहेको हुन्छ सोबर भएर हिँड उत्ताउलो नहो यताउता
Bra na dekhao. Yeah, all this shit.
तर केटा मान्छेहरूलाई त यस्तो गर्नु हुँदैन तिमीहरूले यस्तो गरेको देख्यो भने तिमीहरू पनि स्ट्यान्ड अप गर्नुपर्छ भनेको त आई barely heard people tell them that.
Yeah. Still as a pani, no, it's yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I think it's like real high time that we tell our boys to treat girls well and to hold them accountable. Like if मेरो भाइले केही गर्यो भने मैले आएर उसलाई एक झापड हान्न सकौँ क्या न कि होइन त्यो केटी नै त्यस्तै हो अस्ति उसलाई पनि भने थियो यस्तै हो यो केटी भन्नुभन्दा if something comes up like मैले मेरो भाइलाई एक झापड हान्न सकौँ like हुन्छ नि त्यो आमाले छोरालाई पिट्न सकोस् क्या like why did you do this भनेर again I'm not going through like the physical violence
but yeah,
holding accountable for हिसाबमा चाहिँ
exactly I don't know, like I have shared this to a lot of people. And I have this cousin, I have this cousin, and he's literally cheating on his wife, and I reached out to them, and she doesn't want to do anything about it. I mean, our society, blah blah blah, and all that. And their mother, who is like my aunt, I don't want to like establish relationships here, but my aunt, who is that my cousin's mom, she just let them like be, and like I mean, like however they treat their wives, I mean, they don't care. Another example, I have my sister's friend, one of her friends. My sister shared that her mom, her family expects her, so she's the eldest daughter and she has like a younger brother, expects her to do all the job in the house, clean up, everything. And Bhaila say nothing. It's like today's like, this is not like back 10-20 years back. Like, भाइलाई चाहिँ केही पनि छैन राजा जस्तै राखेको छ न खाना पकाउँछ न के गर्नु छ हैन अनि like if she scores bad in exam she gets the taunts and all that. If he fails or he doesn't get good scores and something, I mean, it's okay, he's fine. I mean, and this is just one household story. I'm pretty sure this happens like not everywhere, but in a lot of homes.
No, I know like male members in my relative circle that they don't know how to even make tea. They don't know how to cook. Like if there's nobody home, मलाई चाहिँ कसले पकाएर खुवाउँछ? Go cook for yourself. Like
I know,
what?
I know, I
कसले
know.
पकाएर खुवाउनुपर्छ?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I really like this. I have shared it like a couple of times on Facebook. There's this like post quote one, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it, but it's something to the effect of my dad telling me go help your mom. Like the child says go help your wife, bro. Like I think that's something that we really need to send all of these guys and Sunny. And I remember I think there was some event, and I was on FaceTime with my mom and one of my cousin brothers. I can't remember which one. And I overhear him saying, like मेरो mommy is his fupu and fupu like got chia बनाइदेऊ. I was like, I really would like slap him to the floor. Like, can't you see my mom is calling, like, was it like on a call with me, and you have fucking audacity to tell, like, order her. Yeah. Like she's older than you, like show some respect. And why the hell should she make tea for you? I think I said something through the phone, but like they probably couldn't hear it or something. My mom was let it go, whatever. But it's just like so many things. There's so many things that really.
I don't know if तिमीले notice गराएको छ छैन तर when like if दुईजना cousins छ male or female, boy or girl, same counterpart, like if they're for example दुईजना 11 वर्षको छ भने छोरीलाई चाहिँ चिया त पकाउन सिक्ने बेला भयो अब.
Yeah.
सुरु हुन्छ के त्यहीदेखि नै. अनि उता छोराले चाहिँ आमै मेरो छोरा त सानै छ, मेरो छोराले त यो गर्न पनि आउँदैन, खुवाइदिनुपर्छ, सुताइदिनुपर्छ, यो गरिदिनुपर्छ. छोरीलाई चाहिँ अब त यस्तरी सिक्ने बेला भएन नि. अब त के अरे मुख फर्काउनु हुँदैन, अब त राम्रोसँगले बोल्नुपर्छ, राम्रोसँगले बस्नुपर्छ, लुगा लाउन सिक्नुपर्छ. अनि उता छोरा हाफप्यान्ट लाएर कुदिराख्दाखेरि हि इज फाइन. अनि लाइक हो त चाहिँ हामीले पनि अब हाम्रो जेनेरेसनमा त अफकोर्स हामीले गर्ने त वी विल डु इट हाम्रो जेनेरेसनमा. तर अहिलेको जेनेरेसन जुन छ यसलाई पनि आई थिङ्क वी रियली सुड लाइक रेज मोर भोइसेस सो पिपल क्यान हियर मोर. आई थिङ्क
Yeah.
द्याट्स वाट वी क्यान डु राइट नाउ.
Yeah, I think like अहिलेको जेनेरेसन भन्यो होइन, तर त्यो ओके अब हामीबाट सुरु हुन्छ, हामीले गर्छौँ भनेर, तर त्यो काहीँ न काहीँ इन्फ्लुएन्स हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि लाइक इफ अब हामीभन्दा 10 years older people are still following that अनि they have children, don't you think they will kind of have that like in their mind, like काहीँ न काहीँ अब मेबी अब हाम्रो एज पुगेपछि they'll realize ओ यो त मेरो मामा बाबाले सिकाएको त त्यस्तो राइट होइन रहेछ, मैले त आफै सोच्नुपर्ने रहेछ. तर त्यो थ्रु आउट दोज इयर्स त त्यो लाइफ बाँच्ने भयो नि त. So I just feel like this really needs to spread out, and we need to call people out and like stop this bullshit, really.
Because we cannot go and change everybody. But what we can do is we can raise our voices, right? We can make people hear us. We can make people to be like, oh my God, I should not be doing that. Or maybe they should feel. When our time comes, we will do our part. But I think just raising voice, just making noise is the most helpful thing that we can do.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else you want to add? I think I'm just
like
thinking what else.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just remember feeling like you know how common catcalling is Nepal. Oh, like isn't it like Batman man? I remember people saying some nasty things to me when I was just walking by when I was a child. Probably like you think about it for days and days and still stays with you, and just you feel so disgusted from inside. And त्यति मात्र हुँदा त I mean त्यति मात्र त I'm not trying to like lessen that eve teasing whatever. The experience is so haunting one. It's like for a person to go through so much, and it's just I cannot even imagine like what it must be like. It's just
I don't know mental health and stuff like for Susmita कति गाह्रो भयो होला. अहिले हामीलाई सुन्ने मान्छेलाई त हामीलाई यस्तो गाह्रो भयो भनिरहेको छौँ. उ त she went through all that and she's been like telling that stories over and over again to maybe एकचोटि उसले उसको बोयफ्रेन्डलाई भन्यो, अर्कोचोटि उसले उसको थेरापिस्टलाई भन्यो, अर्कोचोटि कसलाई भन्यो. She has been like reliving these experiences by telling them what exactly went through, and like my heart breaks for her.
And her boyfriend's such a-holes, man. Like I don't know what's wrong with these men.
Like what kind of people get like
insecure? I think
I could do something. I'm trying to switch like flick or I could change something. What is like that? But I know I
think
cannot,
that
but I really
experience,
wish I could like do something to heal her.
yeah, I think, healing is very, I think, subjective to herself. That I think what we can do is just support and stand by her. So that's all we can do. And I think this is just going to start a lot of. I think I already see a lot of people sharing this stuff on their Instagram. A lot of people have come out, and I don't know if you. मलाई याद छैन हैन, like there was a story, remember एकजना, I'm pretty sure you've come across it. Somebody shared on Instagram about how her teacher had abused her भनेर. I think it was about 2 years ago, like COVID भर्खर भर्खर सुरु भएको बेला हो. अनि मलाई हिजो भर्खर याद आयो कि मैले I thought about it for so many days and I just forgot about it के नि. Like why does that happen? Why do we just forget about it? And something like, it's just, I just hope this is not one of those cases, and I just hope we do something about it.
त्यही त लाइक बिकज यो हुँदाखेरि त अब अहिले उसले भन्छ अहिले सबजनाले बिचरा 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 भन्छ 1 विक पछाडि अर्को एउटा के आइदिन्छ अनि अर्को टपिक भाइरल हुन्छ अनि त्यो सक्यो क्या यो कुरा सक्यो अनि उसको कुरा यति हाइलाइटमा आएर सबजनाले ओहो बिचरा भनिरहेको छ नेक्स्ट विक समथिङ एल्स आइपुग्छ अनि त्यहाँदेखि we are all gonna forget but she is the person who has to live through it क्या
Yeah. तर केही न केही चाहिँ, I think, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Abhay Subba something, there's this singer, right? I think I saw her Instagram where she said she would start a helpline for these women, and I hope she does, that they have somewhere to go to, at least. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we're doing the best that we can in our capacity, and that's all we can for any.
Even if we can make like सानो small even if we cannot change the world सानो difference बनाउन सक्यो भने I think that's what we can do.
Yeah. I know it's easier said than done, होइन, तर मलाई ठ्याक्कै एउटा इन्सिडेन्ट याद आयो कि there was this holy event few years back, 2020 मै हो, 2020 मा ठ्याक्क before this COVID started, होइन, we did a holy event, and this guy I had never met before, he comes and like smears the color on me, and I just gave him I said no, and I gave him a look, होइन, and he stepped back, and I sent him this long message, and he just like bullshit sorry हुन्छ नि, I respect women and all that हुन्छ नि. This, like, I think I respect women भनेर जे नि justify हुने के. अनि I think I put like a status on that as well हुन्छ नि. अनि I think 2 people reached out to me, होइन. And one girl, she was also in that event, and one of her own friends misbehaved, like lifted her and smeared colors on her, you know. And I asked her to like share it, like she didn't want to share it. I understand that they don't want to share it, but we also have to think about why they don't want to share it. Okay, त्यो आफैले के गरे जस्तो लाग्छ कि कति केटीहरुलाई. I think it's very important to address that. Okay, maybe अब उसको साथले किन गर्ला र साथले त अब maybe he didn't mean it that way. And I think we need to understand this, like it's not about that guy's intention, it's about how you feel. त्यो केटाले एकदमै राम्ररी, like maybe he has the best interest, you know, of you, but it's all about how you feel. It's all about how you feel. Like even if somebody like touches you, it's all about how you feel. I mean, I think women need to understand that it's not you, it's them. And that guy, I remember that she said that guy said, "Nakhil holi nakhil be kina aako." And I was like, is that like is that so? Every year, and since that incident, I've been posting it every year on Holi, that it's not like a free license for you to like do anything to win.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like होली खेल्न आएको यार, like तिम्रो सबजनाले जसैको रङ दल्दिन मन लाग्छ दल्दियो भनेर आएको होइन त, like
and I want to say this, I know, I mean, I'm not sure, I don't have the stats, so I'm not sure, like I'm speaking for every woman, you know, but if you see it, you will not see that kind of you won't see women like imposing so much on men, okay? You'd always see men doing it on women, okay? So that really tells you about what the intention is. I have never seen
वाला कुरा त, that's a whole another story that like you should talk about. We should have like another talk about like boys getting raped, boys getting physically harassed, boys getting sexually harassed. I think that's a whole different story that we should talk about.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not denying it. Like doesn't happen to men at all. It does happen to men, and it's a different story in itself. I know, so much of like मैले चाहिँ यो men को abuse मा चाहिँ I've seen, I think two types of people, you know. First, and it's both like men who do this, and like two types of men who are first category is what kind of man is he, like he should have enjoyed it, like why like you know what he should have liked it and all that, you know. The second category is who bring this issue up only when women issues are happening. Oh, men get raped too. Oh, men
Yep,
too. And like,
exactly.
I have barely like maybe I can count on my fingers the guys who actually understand what this the weight that this topic holds. And it's अब कतिमा त कहिलेकाहीँ दिक्कै लाग्छ कि लाइक कति बुझाउनु कति के गर्नु, it's like talking to a wall. It's just, yeah. And it scares me, it really scares me, you know, like maybe this guy यो केटाले के गर्छ कि फ्युचरमा जस्तो लाग्छ, यस्तो डर लाग्छ मलाई सोच्दा, like I just fear for the women around that guy sometimes, you know, like what the hell is this guy talking about?
कस्तो लाइक इमोसनल सब्जेक्ट यस्तो भारी भएको, लाइक कति धेरै अझै कुरा अघिदेखि लाइक दिमागमा कति कुरा खेलिरहेको थिएँ। आज दिउँसो म यता हिँडिरहेको पनि मलाई के सोच आइरहेको थियो भने नेपालमा हुँदाखेरि एभ्री टाइम हिँड्दाखेरि म कति धेरै कन्सियस हुन्थेँ, कति धेरै मान्छेले मलाई हेरिरहेको छ कि भनिरहेको छ कि अझ झन् सोर्ट्स लगाएको छ अथवा ड्रेस लगाएको छ भने त कसले के भनिरहेको छ, कसले हेरिरहेको छ मलाई, कसले अब के भनेर जिस्काउने भनेर कति धेरै कन्सियस भएर हुन्थेँ। यहाँनिर एटलिस्ट लाइक आम नट सेइङ अमेरिकामा सबै त खत्रै राम्रो छ, तर एटलिस्ट त्यो कुरामा मैले कन्सियस हुनु नपर्दाखेरि पनि कति फ्री फिल गर्छु भन्ने कुरा आई वाज फिलिङ द्याट टुडे क्या।
I never wore shorts. Like I think class 6 7, which I never wore shorts in public. I never. I think I did once, and I remember, like the I like New York with the typical area of Boston. And as soon as I walked, I remember guys just looking at me, and I like skirt shorts or whatever. I never wore anything knee up, like publicly. Like maybe parties that I did, but publicly I never wore because it's just, yeah. And I agree with you. Like I can wear whatever the heck I want here. I could go wear a bikini tomorrow in the beach and nobody would like care. It's just,
And that also like made me realize how privileged I am. Yeah, how privileged, like
yes,
privileged कति धेरै
yes,
छ, अनि like what I can do, like what I should be doing भन्ने कुरामा अलिक कस्तो सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्सन जस्तो पनि भइरहेको थियो कि आज मलाई, द्याट हामी पनि पावरमा त छ नि त, we have some power,
yeah,
हामीमा पनि privilege, we are privileged in so many ways than a lot of
yeah.
people, अनि त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ लाइक हामीले के गरिराख्नु पर्छ अथवा के गर्नुपर्छ तर गरेनौँ भने पनि फिल भइरहेको छ। इट्स लाइक टाइम टु सेल्फ एक्नोलेज माइसेल्फ जस्तो भइरहेको छ।
Yeah, I think we're doing the best we can. अनि मलाई एउटा कुरा चाहिँ के चित्त दुख्छ भन्दाखेरि मैले whenever I try to like यस्तो कुरा गर्न with my friends and all that, होइन, I have had some people, I mean no hate towards them, but they're like आफ्नै त धेरै प्रब्लम छ लाइफमा, अब आफूलाई आफूले हेर्दै त्यो प्रब्लम छ, अर्को बारे सोचेर कहाँ भ्याउँछ र कहाँ गर्छ र, अनि I have actually like received, like this is one thing, and I have actually received messages where people like you should not worry so much about it. I'm really passionate about these things. Okay, when I think so much about it, and like it really bothers me, and I really want to do something. Okay, अनि messages are like तिमीले टाउको दुखाएर केही हुँदैन, तिमी एकजना बोलेर केही हुँदैन, like त्यस्तै सोच्नु हुँदा केही नै हुँदैन नि लाइफमा, केही नै चेन्ज आउँदैन नि होइन र. It's just like I know I know about आफ्नै प्रब्लम छ लाइफमा, मेरो लाइफमा यति धेरै प्रब्लम छ, that doesn't mean like हुन्छ नि like I become totally indifferent towards what's happening around me. अनि maybe God forbid, maybe what's like whatever bad is happening, not just like sexual, so whatever bad is happening to person A somewhere else, what if that happens to me someday, like, and like I wouldn't want to be in a position where they treat the same way towards me, like why do I care about this person? I think the empathy पनि हुन जरुरी छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई, हैन. It's all about morals at the end of the day, हैन, because we are humans, we it's all about morals at the end of the day, and I think that's just what makes a good human. I mean, like rape, murder, I'm pretty sure it happens in other species that are, we care because we're civilized people. You know, people don't get away with like bad things they do to one another.
Well, even like animal spesiesमा पनि I don't know if you like have noticed the things, एनिमलले जब मात्र अर्कोलाई अट्याक गर्छ कि त it's their food, it's their prey, or if they are feeling threatened, होइन भने they don't do anything until and unless they feel threatened or they want to eat that animal, because that's what they do. They don't attack normally. यत्तिकै अट्याक गर्दैन कि कस्तो एनिमलले पनि
Exactly. So animals are way more better. I've been saying this for like months now. Animals are way better, and it's just see Shizuka, she's way better than me. She doesn't care. She just wants love and wants to play. That's it. She doesn't is not plotting to like murder anyone.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna go harass somebody. She's fine in her own space.
Yeah. Just so much to say about. Do you like I think एक घंटा होना to almost okay or एक घंटा मतलब body basically I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're like hitting that saturation point.
के
But
अरू
yeah,
भन्नु मन
I'm so
छ?
glad that we decided to talk. अरू त लाइक छुट्नु अगाडि दर्शकवृन्दलाई के भन्न चाहनुहुन्छ भनेर
Yeah, something
I'm
like that.
hearing that. तर होइन, no, all I want to say is like all my power to Sushmita and all my power to everybody who chose to stay silent, who chose to talk about, because if you don't want to talk about, you don't have to. I know like we
Exactly.
want to help people, but at the end of the day,
You can't
it's
force
about
anyone.
them, not about us.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you want to talk, speak up about it, please do. And we will help support you. We'll do what we can. And if you choose not to, then I hope you heal yourself as well, because you need to heal yourself. Because,
Yeah.
you know, there's nothing somebody else can do if you choose not to share anything to anybody as well. So,
Yeah. मलाई अब exactly कति धेरै कुरा फेरि आइदिनु त्यो भन्दाखेरि हुन्छ like we'll probably do this some other day again, you know. Thank you so much, Smriti, for doing
of
this, and
course.
I really appreciate. On a short notice, for people who are listening, we actually decided this like today, like few hours ago, and I had like so much work to do, and I was like, whatever, like, you know. But anyway, thank you so much, and I hope this will really start a conversation, and I hope you all took something away from this, and yeah, that's it, and thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye
Thank you,
everyone.
Felicia. Bye. Take care.
Bye, take care.